Hi everybody, welcome to my new watch-along video for the art journal. It's February, I've got a new challenge and here it comes. It's in the text already. What does your heart look like? This is the response to the journal workshop challenge of the month, and I took it quite literally. Drawing out a heart here. I'm going in with a pencil first, and then I'm going to work quite in a pop art cartoony way, very colorful, very modern looking, I think. Define modern, right? This style was very popular, I remember, in the 90s. Maybe early 2000, but I guess I would associate it more with the 90s. Anyways, you're gonna see, or you saw at the beginning of the photo actually, what kind of style I'm talking about. So I do have a reference photo of a human heart pretty much lying next to me. That is why I can pretty much sketch this heart in one go and doesn't have to work back and forth like erasing, drawing, you know? It makes things quite easy if you have a reference photo, I have to say. Especially when it comes to objects that you don't see every day, but that are supposed to be depicted in like realism when it comes to style, you know what I mean? This is going to be a very simple page. I'm not gonna add a lot of dimensions. It's pretty much just markers, meaning my new Faber-Castell artist pens. I don't know if you took a look at my Twitter and or Facebook page recently. I got the full set of the Faber-Castells, and this is pretty much the first big piece that I'm going to make with them. I tried them out, did some smaller scribbles. I wouldn't even consider them drawings, pretty much doodles and sketching, just trying out and getting comfortable with the pens. And this is the first big one, but I'm not only using the Faber-Castells, I'm also using my Copics. So I got an ink-based marker here and an alcohol-based marker, and with that's pretty much what I'm going to use. Only I'm going to use some permanent markers for the black lines and the white highlights in the end, but I'm trying to stay with the markers only, just because I want to try them, want to work with them, and because I don't want to have the page being even more busy than it's already going to be. So since I now sketched out the human heart, I'm going in with my permanent markers in black, and that is also Faber-Castell that I'm using here. That's a medium-sized tip, and I'm just going all around the heart, outlining the whole structure, object, thing in pretty much a, cartoony slash illustration-y style. I have to say, with the challenge, it was, I had this picture that I'm drawing here in my mind once I watched the video that came with the challenge. So I immediately had this crazy, colorful, weird heart in my mind, and I'm very much with Jenny Belly when it comes to, I'm not celebrating Valentine's Day, because I think you should, work on your relationship and just be kind and everything every day, and not just be lovely to your partner like once a year, because the industries say so, and you want to make their profits of flowers, chocolates, and other stuff, you know. However, I like that there is a day to celebrate for people who are big on holidays and celebration stuff anyways. So I'm not saying that my way is the right way, I'm just saying it's not for me. Also, rewind. What I wanted to say was, all the things that Jenny in her video associated with her heart, all the things that she loves, and all the things that she wants to be or is, and all the things that, well, she embraces. This is pretty much what I would define my, or what I would say about my soul, not really my heart. I do have a very odd distinction maybe, and I'm not sure if I'm the only one, and frankly said, I don't care, because, well, it's me, and I know I have plenty of quirks, and that's just one of them. I think that my heart, the one that I'm going to, well, draw here or sketch here, is pretty much the motor for my soul. And my soul is the part of me that defines me, that gives me personality, that makes me uniquely me, and that stores all the things that I like and dislike, all the things that I think are important, and that I appreciate, and all of that. So I think that all the things that other people say that they feel it in their hearts and that they associate with their heart, I actually do that with my soul. So it's very difficult to paint or depict a soul, right? Because there's no body part that is in the books that says, oh, this is what your soul look like. So I think it's very close to the heart, and it's somewhere in your chest, but it's maybe all the nerves, all the veins, everything that connects with everything. I don't know. If you'd ask me to draw my soul, I would have to think long and hard how I would depict that, how I would draw or paint it. And that's why this challenge here was not really difficult for me. I think for other people it would be the same with the heart. The difficult part of how to paint it or how to draw it, because they define their heart like I do my soul. So this challenge here was quite simple for me, because I had a picture in my mind instantly. It was literally split seconds after the video started explaining the challenge, and I was like, yeah, sure, that's what it looks like. I know what my heart looks like. And so this is pretty much just a fun experience for me, and not having to really think about what I'm doing there. This is, well, yeah, you could say this is natural for me. So I really liked that to start the month off, I got a very easy and simple for me challenge that was pretty much just like, hey, now here you got an hour or two, do artwork, enjoy yourselves. Don't even think about how to shade something. Don't go with the challenges. Just enjoy yourself. So I really, really, really liked that. And I think it's a perfect challenge for February, because again, we do associate certain months with certain holidays or things, and now my FaceTime is bimmering. Hold on. Whew. So I'm back from my FaceTime call with my mom, and it took quite a while. And now I don't know what I said last on this particular voiceover, so I'm pretty much just, starting fresh and just reacting to whatever is happening on the screen and not really catching on what I said before the break. So I'm very sorry if I had a wonderful thought and started explaining and now I'm just cutting it off harshly. So getting back to the painting, I'm pretty much done with the patterns on the heart, and this kind of reminds me of a stained glass window, but by the curves and everything that is on the heart muscle part here. It's not the traditional stained glass window. Well, it will look a bit like it in the end, especially once I have colored all of those parts there. But it also could be just a puzzle or something. So what I'm doing now is connecting the arteries and veins to the edge of the paper. So I don't want the cut of veins and arteries just sit there. I want to connect them, and I want to make sure that it looks goofy and funny. So the upper three parts look like chimneys, and this one here is having, I don't know, a headband or something that connects the tube to the heart. And so I go all around the page and just let my imagination and my quote-unquote hand brain do the work here. If you haven't seen any of my art journal narrated videos yet, I believe that I do have a brain in my head and one in my left hand, because sometimes I don't even register what my hand does when it comes to artwork. So I think there's a tiny brain in there that actually is responsible for pretty much 50% of all the paintings and all the stuff that I do. So I connected all of the arteries and veins, and now I'm just adding a tiny bit of details there with my marker. I don't want them to look as if they were veins or something, but maybe like metallic tubes or something made out of cloth or cotton or whatnot. So I'm trying to be goofy on purpose, because I don't want this to be a real realistic painting. This should be just so over the top, unrealistic, that it actually, it's just a weird art piece, not more. So on the left-hand side here, on the big tube that is connected with a headband, I decided to not have a tube there, but to have it being a string of wool or yarn being wrapped around. So this is why I got that pattern there. And on the lower part here, I am, drawing in shoelaces. To me it looks like it would be feet or legs or whatnot. That's why I thought, well, just draw in some shoelaces. That could be some nice winter boots there or whatnot. So it's like, again, like I said, over the top, so not realistic, but I think it just adds to the point where I say I do think that my heart is the motor for my soul, which contains all the things that I love and do not love. But there's a certain part of inspiration and quirkiness that also applies to my heart, and that is what I want to depict here. So this particular tube on the upper right hand side is the direct connection to my soul. So this is where the stuff, the energy comes from my heart to my soul, which fires all the inspiration and all the liking and disliking of things, and which pretty much energizes my core being. Again, like I said in the beginning of the video, I do think that my personality, or that things that I love and do not love, are associated with my heart, but rather with my soul. And it would be so difficult to draw that. I don't even know if I could. Maybe one day I will try. Well, I think that I'm currently painting, like not currently in this particular painting here, but with a being self-employed artist, and the things that I want to paint, or the things that I do paint because they are not a commission, but that's just because I want to draw, or that I have itchy fingers and I so badly want to do some artwork. I think that at all of those paintings, drawings, artwork, crafts, stuff, I do paint bits and pieces of my soul, but I think it would be really difficult to paint the whole thing, just because there's so many different departments of my soul, so many parts that do so many things. And by the way, I decided to speed up the coloring in part because it's pretty much the same technique, just coloring in, like with a book as a kid, you know. So I sped that up by 50% just to spare you some time, because otherwise it would be kind of boring. But going back to the soul, I think the whole painting the whole thing or drawing the whole thing would be really, really difficult, because there is just so many aspects and so many different things that don't have anything to do with each other than being parts of my soul, that it would be really difficult to paint them. I can manage to paint a certain piece of them at a time. That's what I do in my paintings. There's always some part of me in there that is uniquely me. And sometimes you have to search quite a bit and have to look hard to see it. And other times I'm really throwing that into your face. But that's what I think. That's what I think makes it difficult to paint my soul. And I think it will be difficult for other people to paint what their heart looks like, because in the end we define the same thing, we just do have another word for it. Anyways, I'm just going to let some music play now for as long as I'm coloring the rest of the heart, and then I'm going to come back talking. So now here I am again. I hope you enjoyed watching along this heart to be colored. Now, the rest of the video is pretty much real time now, and now just the black background happens with a white border all around the cartoon that I just created. And I just wanted to let you know why I colored certain parts of the heart in what color. So the orange and red around the band-aid pretty much means that there is a part of my heart that is still healing. So as pretty much any other person, my heart was broken at one point in my life, and I'm still healing, which is nothing I want to go into right now, not because I can't stand it, but because that would be just too much for the video, and I want this to be a positive and happy video. So this tiny piece of my huge heart is pretty much still raw and kind of healing, but I painted, or I chose yellow bright colors the most for this heart muscle section, and I'm not talking about the veins and all of that, just the heart muscle part, because I really have a very good life. I'm very content and very happy with it, and I do feel giddy and happy and all of that, like pretty much all of the time. So I think you could also say that my mood, my heart is sunny, so that's why I chose yellow. It's a very happy, very bright, very positive and friendly color. Then I chose the blues on the upper part, like below that gray pipe there. And I didn't choose blue because I thought it would be cool or blah blah blah, but because I wanted to put that part of the heart into the background. Cool colors put things into the background, so I went with cool greens and blues just to make sure that the part of the heart is pushed to the background of the painting, though it's still very flat and two-dimensional, but I wanted to just have it be pushed to the back a tiny bit. On the left-hand side of the painting, there's the purple part of the heart, and then it goes into the greens and blues on the left-hand side around the band-aid. And the purple has pretty much the same purpose as the upper green and blue. It's just cool colors, and I want it to be a bit in the background and be separate from the rest of the heart muscle, because these are just the upper parts that pump the blood into the lower part of the muscle, which is pretty much in the foreground here. So the blue and green in the foreground, just around the band-aid, that part, I wanted to have a difference there, which is more the logic part of me, or more the rational part of me. And though this is also something that is parts of my personality and my soul, I wanted a piece of the motor for my personality and soul be on the cooler parts, more on the calculating side when it comes to associating colors to certain things and all of that, and not it only being artistic and emotional and giddy and sunny and yellow, you know? So that's why I chose these colors for the heart muscle. When it comes to the veins and arteries, I pretty much chose something that goes with the style, so the gray for the pipes and the blue for the yarn and whatnot, but I wanted to have repetition, so I went for the same color themes as I did with the heart muscle itself. Only the feet, like the boots on the lower part, they're standing out. They're bright red because I think they look like, I don't know, some goose or duck legs there. It's just me, the crazy, weird, goofy person who wants them to be red. I think that the repetition of colors helps a lot with the painting not looking too crazy, and the black background that I'm drawing in right now, and I got the video sped up by 50% again, also helps along because it's a balance to that crazy colored subject there. And for the background, I'm not using the artist pens of Faber-Castell, but I'm using my Copic markers just because the tip is wider, so I can cover more area with the Copics. And they react differently with the paper. So there were tiny, like tiny pieces coming off the paper a bit if I applied too much of the Faber-Castell pen, and it doesn't do that with the Copics, so I can go deep and dark black and not having any little tiny parts of the paper coming off. Also, since the tip is way bigger, it's the same brush tip as it is with the Faber-Castells, but it just makes things easier and faster when it comes to background black drawings there. So that's why I decided to go with Copics. Also, they're pretty much my favorite marker. I really like the Faber-Castells, I have to say, but if the Copics wouldn't be as expensive as they are, I might have, or I would definitely have decided to go with a full set of colors of Copics and not Faber-Castells. I just like the blending stuff of the Copics way more. That's why. And I'm not saying that the Faber-Castells are bad markers. They're not. They're so not. But it's just, well, it's just a preference of mine, and it's the Faber-Castells don't work as well as the Copics do for the things that I want to do. So I'm going to have a review of the Faber-Castells versus the Copics and other markers on my channel sometime soon. Watch out for the Thursdays talk o'clocks. At one point I will have a review of the markers there. So now that I have my colored parts put in, I'm just adding some highlights with my white permanent marker. And that pretty much is the page. I'm done. Can't believe it. There's not very much to add. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm adding some wording with a small sized tip permanent marker in black, just to have a balance to the soul thing where I do have the word in the tube. I just want to write down where the other parts go. So the purple one is going to be inspiration, so it goes to my center of inspiration, wherever that is in my body. Could be my brain, could be my soul, could be some other organ that no doctor or researcher ever found. The yellow one goes to my vision, so that would be eyes, or the inner eye again, because I do have a vivid imagination, and I see things that I on my inner eyes that I don't see in real life. So yeah, that kind of thing. That's where the yarn tube goes to, and the legs go to the muscles, because well, in order to express my soul and everything. I need to have muscles that are skilled to do whatever I want them to do, it being my hands in this case when it comes to artwork. So the legs are not only going to my in real life legs, but also to my hands and arms and shoulders and all of that, so all the muscles. And once I have that down and I do have the remaining highlights put in, I am just adding the date, and then I do have my February challenge page done. I want to thank you very much for watching along and listening to my weird ramble. I hope I made some sense. If you have any questions or any comments, please let me know in the comment section below. I would very much appreciate that and make sure that I could answer any question that you pose there. I also would very, very much appreciate if you liked and or shared this video. It really helps a lot. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I do have art videos in real time or time-lapsed versions. I do have narrated and unnarrated ones. I also do have a cooking video and board game video for you once a week each, and all other giddy things pretty much happen in my vlog, which is on Thursday and Saturday. Again, thanks again for sitting through, and have a very good one. Go create, have fun, and maybe make a painting of what your art looks like. It's an awesome challenge. Take good care, have a very good one, and I'm going to see you. Bye-bye.